In every corner of the world, throughout the vast expanse of human history, there lies a hidden language, a language that is not spoken but imprinted in the very fabric of ancient civilizations. This language is the language of symbols, a universal form of communication passed down through the ages. From sacred hieroglyphs to esoteric markings on stone tablets, symbols have served as the key to unlocking secrets, guiding souls, and connecting with the divine. But what do these symbols truly represent? Are they merely decorations and figures, or do they carry with them the ancient wisdom of lost civilizations? In this video, we will embark on a journey to decode the mysterious symbols that have shaped our understanding of the universe, the forces at play in nature, and the very essence of existence itself. Throughout history, civilizations like the Egyptians, Sumerians, Maya, and Aztecs have left behind these cryptic messages etched in stone, carved into temples, and painted in sacred spaces. Each symbol represents more than just an image. They are keys to hidden knowledge, to understanding the mysteries of the cosmos, and to connecting with forces beyond our comprehension. Today, we dive deep into these ancient symbols and attempt to unravel the enigma they present. What knowledge have they preserved, and how do they continue to influence us today? One of the most prominent ancient civilizations to utilize symbols in profound ways was ancient Egypt. The Egyptians were masters of symbolism, using intricate hieroglyphs to communicate not only with one another but with the gods themselves. These symbols were more than just a writing system, they were a sacred means of linking the material world with the divine. In Egyptian temples, the walls were adorned with images of gods, pharaohs, and mythical creatures, each depicted with specific symbols meant to convey their divine nature or cosmic role. For example, the Ankh symbol, often referred to as the key of life, was used to represent immortality and the divine power to give life. The Eye of Horus, another iconic Egyptian symbol, represented protection, healing, and restoration, believed to hold magical powers that could protect the pharaoh and the kingdom. The Egyptians also used symbols as part of their spiritual rituals. The scarab beetle, a symbol of rebirth and transformation, was often used in burial practices, symbolizing the journey to the afterlife. The pyramid, a structure rich in geometric symbolism, was designed to align with the stars, serving as a gateway for the pharaoh's soul to ascend to the heavens. Each of these symbols told a story of life, death, and the eternal quest for knowledge and power. Through the lens of these symbols, we gain insight into the Egyptian worldview, where the spiritual and the material realms were intricately connected. Moving westward, we find ourselves in the ancient lands of Sumer, one of the earliest known civilizations to use written symbols. The Sumerians, who flourished in Mesopotamia, developed the first form of writing known as cuneiform. This early script consisted of wedge-shaped symbols pressed into clay tablets, representing everything from everyday transactions to divine concepts. Sumerian symbols often depicted gods, animals, and objects of daily life. However, many of these symbols also had esoteric meanings, representing cosmic forces or abstract concepts. For example, the symbol of the star in Sumerian culture was not just a celestial body but also a representation of the gods themselves, particularly the god Anu, who was associated with the heavens. The Sumerians were also keenly interested in astrology and used symbols to chart the movements of the stars. Their ziggurat temples were aligned with the stars, and the symbols found within them were used to track the divine will of the gods. This integration of symbols with cosmic events highlights the Sumerian belief that the physical world was deeply connected to the spiritual realms above. Much like the Egyptians, the Sumerians believed that the right use of symbols could unlock knowledge, invoke divine favor, and influence the forces of nature. The Maya and Aztec civilizations, although separated by time and geography, shared a similar understanding of the power of symbols. Both cultures were deeply connected to the cosmos and used symbols to understand and interact with the forces of nature. The Maya, known for their advanced understanding of mathematics and astronomy, used symbols to chart the stars, calculate time, and predict cosmic events. Their Mayan calendar is perhaps one of the most famous examples of symbolic knowledge, encoding the Maya's understanding of cycles of time, from the daily rotation of the Earth to the great cycles of the cosmos. The Aztecs, on the other hand, believed that the world was a place of constant renewal and destruction, represented by symbols like the sun and the serpent. The sun symbolized both life and death, as it was the source of energy for all life but also the agent of destruction during its passage through the sky. The feathered serpent, Quetzalcoatl, was a symbol of wisdom, fertility, and life-giving forces, associated with the duality of creation and destruction. Both cultures revered the heavens, and their symbols reflected a deep understanding of celestial cycles, the forces that govern the natural world, and the balance between creation and destruction. Beyond the more common symbols of everyday life, ancient civilizations also developed magical symbols, which were believed to possess the power to influence the forces of nature and the divine. These symbols were used in rituals, spells, and prayers, and their power was believed to extend into the supernatural realms. In many ancient cultures, symbols were used to invoke the gods, ward off evil spirits, or protect individuals from harm. For example, in the Mediterranean region, symbols like the pentagram and the eye were used for protection, while in the Middle East, the hamsa hand was believed to bring good fortune and ward off the evil eye. These magical symbols were often drawn or painted in sacred spaces, and their power was thought to be activated by specific rituals or incantations. Through these symbols, ancient people believed they could access higher realms of consciousness, gain favor from the gods, and harness supernatural forces to bring about change in the material world. The use of symbols was not limited to practical or ritual purposes, they were deeply intertwined with the development of spiritual and philosophical thought. In many cultures, symbols were seen as representations of universal truths and higher knowledge. The act of understanding and interpreting these symbols was believed to lead to spiritual enlightenment and deeper insight into the mysteries of the universe. In the Western esoteric tradition, symbols such as the philosopher's stone, alchemy, and sacred geometry were believed to hold the key to unlocking the secrets of creation. Alchemists used symbols to represent the transformation of base materials into gold, both literally and metaphorically, symbolizing the spiritual transformation of the individual. Likewise, in Eastern philosophies like Hinduism and Buddhism, symbols like the lotus flower and the wheel of Dharma represent the path to enlightenment, the cycle of birth, death, and rebirth, and the ultimate goal of achieving spiritual liberation. As we've seen, symbols have been integral to human civilization for millennia. They have served as a means of communication, a link between the material and the spiritual, and a tool for accessing higher realms of knowledge. From the ancient Egyptians to the Maya, these symbols have left behind a legacy that continues to shape our understanding of the world today. But the question remains, what do these symbols truly mean? And how can we continue to unlock their secrets? Perhaps the answers lie not only in the study of these symbols but in our ability to reconnect with the ancient wisdom they hold. As we continue our journey through history, let us remember that symbols are not merely relics of the past. They are the keys to a deeper understanding of the world around us, offering insights into the nature of existence, the cosmos, and the divine forces that govern our lives. Thank you for joining us on this journey. If you enjoyed this exploration of ancient symbols and their profound impact on humanity, be sure to like and subscribe to stay updated with more videos on the mysteries of the universe.